What's up, Impact fans? Back again, discuss TNA Impact Wrestling, available pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, obviously, YouTube. Not sure why I said obviously there. You don't have to be on YouTube. I'm here again with Gary, and I'm JaySin. He's the Horror King, and I'm just JaySin. Going to talk about the June 20th episode, I believe, which was highlighted by a PCO Steph Delander date, where Steph Delander looked like Elvira, and it was super hot looking. Just gotta throw that out there before I forget.
I got that vibe, and then I got a little bit of a vibe from Adam's Family with Morticia as well.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I don't know. I think, like I said, it's going into it. Like, she was too normal. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like him kind of like chasing around this hot younger girl who's like 30 years younger than him, whatever. But now it's like if she had that gimmick to it where she was like more of an Elvira type, you know what I mean? It would have made sense, but whatever. Now she is, I guess, so it's cool. I mean, I thought it was fun.
Well, and with Halloween around the corner, it might be a way they might want to, go, so.
I mean, what'd you think? I think we talked about, or someone else said, it definitely should have been somewhere, like, not there. Not in the ring, like at like a
Oh yeah.
Restaurant or something.
I mean, I kind of thought the fans out in the crowd kind of dug it, but then there were some people kind of like, I don't know. It just kind of felt like. I mean,
it was a little weird.
I guess because it's PCO, I'm more than well with it because it is his first chance at something different, but. I don't know. Like you said, I kind of would have liked to seen it like maybe backstage in like a dark area or, maybe take up less TV time maybe.
Yeah, I also thought it was super odd that the waiter clearly had a fake beard on, and I kept waiting for him to expose himself and be a wrestler, and I would have bet money it was Khan, like as it was happening. Like, that is Khan. He's a big dude.
Well, weren't they trying to pass it off as him being the person that revives PCO every week too?
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for. Maybe I'm wrong. If we're wrong, let us know. But that's what.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would have missed that part.
Maybe they're afraid he was going to have a coronary issue, give him a peck on the cheek or something. They were ready to be on standby.
Yeah, makes sense. Quick news. Don't know why I said it like that again. Sorry. Joe Hendry, who is over as I don't know what he's. I mean, maybe one of the most over people in wrestling right now, based on numbers. He's got the most likes on and like the most views or whatever the fuck it is on a WWE tweet since WrestleMania or something. And he just teased yesterday about being at Heatwave. He mentioned Heatwave. That's the next upcoming NXT special. Don't know exactly what it is, but it does go along with something I saw on Twitter and posted the other day. This came from, where the hell was it? Well, first PWI reported the locker room is experiencing positive momentum. How about that? Positive. When do we ever hear that about TNA? Okay, so then another source. This comes from Defiant4441X on Twitter. The TNA and NXT crossover is far from over. One source went as far to say the best is yet to come. Expect much more to come in the upcoming weeks. So that's cool. Also, Eric Bischoff today explained why the partnership is beneficial for both parties. Really quick, what better way to avoid that? We're talking about the lawsuit here. I think it was a smart move, and it was really a reaction to the MLW lawsuit. MLW believes that WWE is a monopoly or trying to create one, and it says, but the collaboration with TNA proves otherwise, according to Bischoff. Great exposure for TNA, especially since it's difficult to find the show. He said, I don't know what the ratings will end up being. I'm guessing around 800,000 people are tuning in. Blah, blah, blah. Frankie Kazarian being there. He thinks it's going to do wonders. And he thinks they're going to be around 750,000 views by October. Now, this week, ratings, I don't know if you saw, Gary, they got 724,000 views NXT. AEW got 500,000.
Oh, so it's kind of like they're switching tables here. I don't.
NXTNA, as I call it.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. It's a
Or,
good
sorry, Jordan did it.
debate.
Jordan started that, but I mean, I've seen some hashtags. And so, yeah, this was the episode with Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian. 724,000 viewers, 18% increase in the key demo, the highest it's been since last November. Plus, they were going up against the Stanley Cup Finals. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I could be wrong about that, but I like 90% not, because I've seen people say AEW is going up against the finals, and I'm pretty good with these things because I'm a huge gambler, and I don't think AEW was, but I could be wrong. AEW dropped from 681 to 500.
Yeah, they no longer have that excuse about the NBA finals or any of that shit either.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got a message. I know TNA fans might not care, but
they
lost 200,000 viewers because, and this is actually their excuse. This is the excuse that they're going with, which I think is like basically telling networks to get rid of us. That they lost 200,000 viewers because the Big Bang Theory, which is usually their lead-in, wasn't their lead-in this week.
Yeah, I don't see any connection with the two. Like, I don't think there's.
I mean, no, I think it's like people who watch. Like they just leave the I think that they told people, it's people who leave their television on or they fall asleep watching Big Bang Theory. That's the audience we lost.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is too with Big Bang Theory. Say you didn't catch it first time around. I think here this is their second chance at trying to find out about this show, because I know I can't how
big it is. I'm shocked how big it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I know for one, I never watched a single episode. I know it's kind of not my thing, but like
me neither. But I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, it's really it's got a huge following. It's kind of like has that stigma to it, like your Friends.
I was just, oh my god, I was just gonna say it's like Friends. It's like Friends to me, where I just didn't get any.
Yeah,
loved it. So whatever.
Cheers, whatever,
Yeah. Also, TNA new event set. They announced Emergence, along with tapings in Louisville, Kentucky on August 30th, 31st, and Victory Road, along with tapings on September 13th and 14th in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay. That's the first ever mega on sale thing that they announced. I believe it's the first time they've did anything.
They got some crazy ass mega sale thing happening.
Yeah, and I believe Spartanburg, South Carolina, is a first time visit for us there. So really cool that they're hitting up the fans in South Carolina. I know when I was stationed in South Carolina, it seemed like a party town. So.
Here it is. Mark your calendars now. Monday, July 22nd is the first ever mega on sale for TNA wrestling tickets. That is Louisville, Cleveland, and Spartanburg. So Spartanburg is $927 and $928. That's just two impacts.
Cleveland might be a first time too. I'm not sure. I know we went to Ohio, but I don't know about Cleveland. But I know Spartanburg is definitely a first time visit, so it'd be interesting. And then there was some news too that broke. I don't know if you've seen this, Jay, and Impact Nation out there. I guess TNA Anthem made an announcement that apparently they're going for production friendly venues from now on. No more indie looking rundown buildings,
Nice.
for people out there that are bitching that they have shitty buildings, and they really shouldn't. They should go to Full Sail, but apparently it's production friendly, and I guess it's probably going to be like well maintained, like than the average venue, like say ROH when they were going alone or whatever.
Very nice. Also, Jeff Hardy announced he'll be part of the upcoming tapings in Philadelphia. And TNA has a new mental health shirt, which is really cool. But I have to say, there's certain people in your company that call people crazy. Maybe chill with those shirts until you get that shit together. And now back to the show. We hit on everything, right? Bischoff and Hendry. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw Gary under the bus to start here. He did not love this show, and I was surprised. And then I rethought the show, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I totally agree. Christian Thompson, our friend, gave it a 6.25, and He Manchu from 411 gave it a 7.1. Two of my favorites. Much more of a Christian fan. No offense to He Manchu. Don't even know if I'm saying that right. Also helps because we talk. But I feel like there was both really good reviewers that like kind of nailed the goddamn numbers like almost all the time.
Yeah, they're pretty accurate. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking 6.2 was a little low, but then I went down this card again. And to be fair, I was watching this show with my boy Robles, and he kind of brings like, I don't know, it's kind of like watching a show live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he's so excited it carries over to me.
That I think that's a lot of it. What was a bummer for me for this show, Jay, was we come off hot crowd. I mean, it wasn't hot, somewhat hot.
The crowd was
for this
still
week's
good
show.
though. No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it was definitely good. But my thing was like a lot of the booking of the segment of the show
give them better shit.
Yeah, and I felt like it was an opportunity missed because we come off such a home run of a show with against the odds. And then, like, no, there was no Jeff Hardy this first week. And then you look, they said what the card's next week, and it's like, God damn, that could be a pay-per-view next week. So the card next week is a little uneven compared to this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But this I don't know, I guess this was kind of like a setup show.
Yeah.
I love the opening, the system, speak. You know, they get to go to the ring, in-ring promo. I talk about this all the time. It makes everyone feel bigger when you do these in-ring promo things. Like Moose, like, was just standing back like a fucking boss. I love that. Like Dango was kind of like, you know, talking shit. Like, I'm in the group now, and Moose is like, yo, slow your roll, motherfucker. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. This was definitely very well done. I must say, Santino still looks comes off as really cool as the director of authority for us. I didn't think I would like him this far into his time with TNA, and I don't know. I just thought he fed off well with the system, kind of like being that facious like running thing, kind of.
I love Santino, but I feel like there's not much comedy right now with TNA, and I like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Like, I'm not sure how good of a fit he is at the moment, and
that's fair. Yeah,
they can use like more of like a Nick Aldis kind of guy, like that WWE has. So I gotta say, he's doing a really good job. I'm totally shocked. Like, I thought it was such a weird move. Like, why not have him wrestle first or something? But I don't know. I guess they saw something, and yeah, he's very good at that. And they had a lot of cool shit going on here. They announced that Moose would have to face. So after Moose said, no one's beaten me in a singles match in 2 years, then Santino came out with, I mean, I don't know, I thought this was unfair. I mean, again, it's wrestling and stupid to say that, but he announced that there's a 6-way elimination match for Moose's title. Like, after he's beaten all these goddamn guys, now he's got to beat, 5 in one night? Yeah. I'm sorry, 5.
Yeah, I'm, and this is where I don't really like this, because I feel like this is just kind of lazy booking, only because you could stick anyone in there. I don't know. I hate it when it's for the world title and you stick all these guys in there for a world title shot. I don't know.
Especially a big show like Slammiversary.
To me, it just lessens. To me, it kind of just lessens the victory. Say Moose retains, but you're gonna know that somebody interfered if this happened. And I kind of feel like Josh Alexander's not going to win this anyway. I feel like Eric Young is going to jump him and cost him.
Yeah, something's gonna happen with Josh. I mean, I think they're gonna make it look like it's gonna be Josh and Moose at the end, and then something's gonna happen.
Because I still feel like that was the week before. I think
Josh turning heel and joining the system would maybe be the greatest thing ever, but they would never do that.
But there was an exchange where I don't know if EY went to do some move one week and someone moved and he hit Josh Alexander in the face. So I don't know. Or was that happened to EY? It was either interchangeable either way, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's more to that. So I see someone turning heel in that.
So he announced Josh versus EY. I don't think they announced all the matches yet, but I think we have them. I don't know. I don't know what to spoil at this point. They announced Jake something is in one of the matches, and I swear to God, I read spoilers and it didn't happen. So I guess that's kind of a spoiler, and I'm sorry, but I mean, either I don't know if it's a spoiler. Like, someone missed it.
I believe you're referring.
If someone missed it or it becomes another match, the qualifiers.
Oh, I think it's definitely a mistake because it says next week.
Because they announced Jake for a qualified. I mean, they had a goddamn thing.
Yeah, because this is
a graphic
versus the Rascals versus Cody Deaner and Jake something next week.
Okay, that's weird. Maybe I was.
No, I seen that graphic too, and I'm wondering maybe something happens, like somebody attacks him, so I don't know,
just the wrong graphic or something. Because like you said, they even announced him for a different match.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
So again, Thompson just nails it here. Except it went against us a little. I love the idea of a six-way match. I feel TNA doesn't have enough multi-man championship matches. Yeah, it's fair. It's a good way to stack the odds against the heel champion and build him up even further when he comes out victorious, which I thought there was a chance he was lose, but yeah, again, I don't see Moose dropping it until he drops until losing. I don't see Moose losing until he drops it to Joe Hendry down the line. And I mean, don't you
Yeah, I
agree at this point?
definitely feel he at least retains until Bound for Glory. Then I could see him
Do
possibly
you think it's
losing.
Hendry?
I don't know. Somebody had mentioned something about a small tour at the end of the year, and I don't know if it's gonna be. I guess there was mention of it being in the UK, so I guess if there's
Oh God, yeah, that would definitely be.
I don't know. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's down the road plans, but
That would be perfect. I think I did see something about that. I mean, that would be perfect though if Hendry does win it there. But I mean, he's so over. I mean, either he's gonna leave and WWE's just gonna steal him, or like he'll become like an NXT champion and just hang out there and go back and forth for a while, or he's gonna become the next TNA champ. We'll see. I don't know. But I think again, I totally agree with you. And Thompson down the line, not anytime soon, or whenever the hell Bound for Glory is. What is that? October usually.
yeah,
December?
usually week in October.
Okay. Then we had Spitfire versus the Hex, which I thought was interesting because people said this was one of the worst matches ever, and they were like shocked if it was going to be on television. And to me, it didn't look that bad. So they did an amazing job of editing. Because like this wasn't bad to me. I thought this was fine.
Oh, so this was a match where they had to edit it out?
Yeah, supposedly like there was such terrible. Like I mean, the spoilers were like just like Marty Bell should never be in a ring again after what she did tonight. I was like, oh God, I had to like cut certain things out of the spoilers because they were so. Mean.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're talking about because I know when was it Jody Threat that got the pin on Marty Bell. I kind of felt like there was some sloppiness there, but I never caught they might have been editing that part out there. I never.
Supposedly something really bad happened, like a really really bad botch. So I guess they just totally went around that somehow.
Whoever did that in production deserves a raise. Man, that was like editing.
I mean, I guess a good win for Spitfire, but like I don't know, the Hex just came in, lost a bunch of matches. I don't know, that's a weird thing. Danny Luna looked great again, and I mean that in many different ways. Decent match, but I do like that there was an actual knockouts tag match. Even if you got to bring in people from anywhere, like at least you remind people there's a goddamn knockouts tag division.
Oh yeah, it did feel like a knockouts tag division a little bit here, just because like it's been a while since we've seen a different rivalry going on the show, because it's usually Rosemary and Havoc versus whoever. That's usually what it.
I thought this was really interesting, and we didn't talk about this, and I haven't talked about this with anyone. There was a backstage thing with the Hardys. I guess this was right after the show. I'm not sure. The Hardys like consoling each other, and
oh yeah, that was
the wife was there. And Matt was like crazy pissed off. Oh man, nailed it again. He wasn't speaking in his broken voice, Thompson has written here. Yeah, he wasn't. What's that about?
Yeah, I noticed that instantly. I'm like, wow, he's dropping character here. I'm like, I don't know if I would have did that just so soon.
I thought it was odd. He better not be changing characters, first of all. I'll be so pissed off.
I don't know if they're trying.
I don't want them going back to the regular Hardys in a few weeks.
Like with them being broken, I don't know. I know they've done similar stuff like this. Like he's kind of lost character here and there when he's been pissed. So I don't know if he's kind of.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. I mean,
what I mean?
He did like a little thing at the end where it was kind of broken. I forget what it was exactly. Like he was like yelling something at the camera. And again, analysis from Thompson. That was very fiery. I'm not sure if he drops the broken gimmick with Jeff back. And see, I don't know why the hell he would. The broken gimmick, I always say, it works the best with Jeff there. It solidifies it. Okay, then highlights from the weirdest shit that's happening right now. Sami Callihan and Jonathan Gresham. I have no idea what's happening. Okay, Thompson says Kushida returned and took some ink from Gresham to test it in a lab. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, I was so confused about this. I thought it was, when I was watching, I guess I had the volume up or something. I'm like, oh my God, Kushida started this whole fucking thing from a lab in Japan or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way it looked to me. And I thought like he injected Gresham, but no. Okay, so he was wow. So
he's kind of being like Bruce Wayne like here.
Did you catch that? Did you know that's what he was doing?
What?
Like, I totally missed that until just reading it off Thompson's thing. That what Kushida was actually doing. I thought.
Oh no, I
thought the whole thing was he was making. I thought it was showing Kushida was making the ooze from the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's trying to find a cure to prevent.
Yeah. Like I didn't get that. I don't know. Maybe
but I did like Angel's here when he accuses of Kushida of trying to sell a fake cure, which leads to a confrontation between Kushida.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's right. So, okay. So he took it to the lab, trying to get a cure. It's so weird.
Yeah, he said you're not going to sell that fake snake venom stuff to our fans or whatever.
It's such a weird thing because like these are probably two of the best wrestlers in the company in terms of Gresham and Kushida, and they're probably doing the weirdest fucking shit happening in TNA at the moment. Like at a time when nothing weird was really like, you know what I mean? Like even Matt wasn't broken here. Like,
it kind of felt a little bit like something like from The Flash mixed with Batman a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's fun for me as a fan of that kind of shit. Whatever. Yeah, it's fun for me as a fan, and I also like mysteries, and I'm literally learning more as I read this review and talk about it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with Kushida, but he will beat Angels, but like I don't know. I guess it's going to go down to Kushida and Gresham at Bound for Glory, which. Again, it'll be a really good match, and I just don't know. I feel like Kushida never really wins anything big, and Gresham is kind of in a holding pattern for his entire life, no matter what character he has. And then we had the street fight. I don't know Ace Steel, to be honest. I only know him from CM Punk.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know he's wrestled. I think
51, so he's been around.
I want to say he wrestled in TNA along quite a while ago, I believe.
Yeah, they showed him coming to the ring with Punk.
Yeah.
They wrestled at a tag team like a long time ago.
Yeah, I knew I seen Punk, but I didn't see Ace Steel in the video. Yeah. I didn't. Kind of looked away a minute, and I guess that was when they must have showed him.
Yeah, it was like a quick, this happened. This is how, this was his first match or something, whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad street fight. They had mentioned Ace Steel hadn't been in a ring in like a decade or something like that.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. Yeah, just because he had the stamina and whatnot to hang in there.
I did not know he was. I mean, I would have guessed he was late 40s or something. I mean, 51, and I mean, yeah,
he did look.
He wasn't winded or anything.
Yeah, definitely, and he's in good ring shape. I mean, he wasn't like flabby or.
Made Kaz look good.
Oh yeah.
But in the end, most important thing, Kaz gets a win. Wait, who the hell's he gonna feud with? That? Oh, sorry. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, and after the match,
Kaz started choking out. Yeah, Steel. Then out comes Joe Hendry, the fucking man in the world right now. So he's definitely beating Kazarian at. You can chalk that one up at Slammiversary.
Well, yeah.
And to be fair, a lot of people complain about the NXT thing. I don't know if they watched it, but these are the two guys that were in the Royal Rumble. And everyone got together to take out Hendry because, I mean, he literally did a promo, like abusing everyone before the match and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so that made sense. And then who eliminated Hendry but Kazarian, a TNA guy? Kazarian lasted till the final four.
Well, in defeat off that, Jay, I mean, he got to go backstage and mince words with.
Oh my God, both of them insane. Yeah. HBK. They did things with HBK that have insane views. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he looks into the camera, I believe.
It's insane. Like HBK with these TNA guys, and like people are saying, "What does TNA got to do?" It's like, what are you shitting me?
Yeah, this was definitely they've definitely 180'd me on all of this, just like that, just because like. I mean, to see him come into that venue and look around and see all these LED screens, I mean, this must have been like
the fact that they give respect, like that they'll actually put them on screen with people like friggin' Shawn Michaels, like the most. I mean, Jesus, who's bigger than Shawn Michaels in wrestling history? So yeah, that was awesome. And then we have backstage Mustafa Ali. I honestly don't get. I feel like I missed something with this leaked video.
Yeah, about having horrible audio and whatnot.
See, I guess I missed that whole thing. I just don't know what the leaked tape was about. Don't really think he needs to do this.
I totally that went over my head too, Jay. When I saw it live that night, I was like, "What is?"
Leaked video of Ali trashing the Chicago crowd again. Thanks, Thompson.
Yeah, I guess
he wanted Singh to hunt down someone to find out who made the leak.
But okay. I mean, I still didn't really.
So just knowing that, who doesn't like Mustafa Ali and would do something like that?
I don't know. I just didn't get the whole that section of the show because, like, I was like, I don't get what all the hollering and yelling's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just kind of felt like I missed something, and they didn't do a very good.
And he's been awesome in like pretty much every goddamn segment or match he's been in. And next week he addresses the fans, so that's cool. We'll figure out what the hell's going on with that. Apologies that we missed it. To listeners, let us know in the comments.
Well, I think it was the way it ended, to be fair, Jay. I think it was like not too organized or whatever. I felt like maybe it was a glitch during when it was live on Against All Odds. So
yeah, it could be. Okay, back to the wedding. I mean, we talked about it a lot, or did we? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got fans chanted "How romantic," which was kind of clever.
The fans are really into it, no?
Oh yeah, definitely. I caught I'm gonna kind of go back here. I caught a fan sign. It's probably the best sign I've seen in probably a decade. It said, "I break Brian Myers figures."
Oh, that's great. Sorry, really fast before I forget. LFG Wrestling Against All Odds was a great show. I enjoyed it. Better than the Scott D'Amore era already. Eric Isaac, great episode, fellas. Against All Odds was on fire. Can't wait for next month. Bunch of stupid Garys I gotta scroll through. Sorry, everyone. Do you see Steve Macklin winning the TNA World Championship at Slammiversary, and then Moots gets it back after Slammiversary? Do you see the system retaining at Slammiversary? Do you see Santino announcing Austin Aries will be the mystery man? Okay, now I do like that idea. I mean, I feel like there's going to be, for someone, I'm not going to get into spoilers or anything, but there could be a mystery man at Slammiversary, which I think would be awesome, no matter who it is. I mean, Aries,
definitely Austin Aries would be awesome, but like I don't know. I just
feel like, kind of thing.
I just kind of feel like, Jay, that they've had the opportunity for, like, I don't know, last 2 or 3 tapings, and he just unless they were trying to save it for a bigger time.
Yeah, I agree. I think the time's probably passed for him with TNA, even though I like him, and I was always a fan or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the system keeps retaining. No?
I mean, if they could pull off the unthinkable and go retained through the entire calendar year. I mean,
I don't see them losing I can't see them losing the tag titles. I mean, maybe ABC at the end of the year again, and Moose at the end of the year again,
or who knows, maybe.
Just lost Gary for a second. Maybe the Knockouts tag. Okay, Gary's back.
Yeah.
Maybe the Knockouts tag.
Yeah, I see that probably.
Sticking again a few months though, like, I don't know, Rosemary or with someone or some shit. I have no idea.
I didn't know if you caught that, like, Rosemary was like ringside one week, and I don't know if it was when she was. I can't remember who the lady was, but might have been Zia Brookside. I'm not sure. Somebody was in the ring, and it showed Rosemary kind of being her dark side. So I don't know if there's going to be some friction in the Knockouts division.
This is a big problem I have. I was watching this show like, okay, there has to be a Rosemary segment. You know what I mean? She wasn't on Against All Odds.
Yeah.
Also, there had to be a Giselle segment. They've been leading up to it like it's this huge goddamn thing, and then nothing. And again, I'm not a big Giselle fan, but like, I'm a story fan. You can't just drop stories or like have us wait weeks for like what should be important, especially when you have a show like this, which, like we're saying, wasn't very great. I mean, Ash by Elegance versus Heather Reckless in a 2-minute match. Heather Reckless, I gotta say, gorgeous, deserves a job. But should Ash be dominating anyone in a match?
Yeah. Well, we might want to mention.
I don't get Ash.
About that PCO, the final.
Yeah, sorry. Back to the PCO thing because we missed AJ.
Yeah, because it drug out AJ Francis, where he's calling it love at first fright.
Who again has been a killer on the mic. We've been saying this since this guy walked in. I mean, at first we were like, "Who the fuck is AJ Francis?" And then a week later we were like, "Damn, we really like this AJ Francis."
More or less, this whole setup with PCO and Steph DeLander was more or less to try and put AJ over here to get more heat.
I'm thinking it's also setting up PCO versus Francis, and PCO gets a title.
Yeah, I think so too, Jay. I think if there's a belt you put on a PCO right now, that would probably be one of the ones I use, just because I think people are afraid to put the world title on him just because of his age and his injuries. And
also DeLander took a nice table spot.
Oh yeah. But I do think TNA would get shit on if they went and put the world title on a PCO.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But I mean,
or they don't.
And again, the guy promotes like crazy. Check out his Instagram.
Oh yeah,
he does things he does that no one else does or like needs to do. Like he makes these awesome videos and whatever. So love the dude. He would be cool with him winning the title for a little, but yeah, I mean he's better with this title. And I mean this was fun. It made me like DeLander a lot more. She was like, I thought she did like a nice job of acting.
Yeah, definitely.
Because PCO didn't talk, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't talk. Like so she had to like do everything here, and she did a really good job.
Yep.
Also, the Elvira look is super hot. I was an Elvira fan when I was young, and it's just one of those things. Okay, so squash by Ash. I don't know what the hell that was about. Jordan comes to the ring because Ash was about to do her move, the Juggernaut Driver. Iceman was in the corner. I felt like it was just so obvious. Iceman was in the corner, and wait, sorry.
I should have bashed on Ash, but like it seems like when she is on the show and is in the ring, I always feel like some of the episodes are some of the worst.
No, it's one of the worst names in the history of wrestling. No one understands. No one knows what the character is or understands. But again, I have this one twist where it turns out she's been working for WWE the whole time. Oh, okay. And she takes off a shirt or something, and it's got like NXT or something in there after she wins it. After she's helped by NXT girls to beat Jordan at Slammiversary.
Yeah, that's totally.
I mean, if they're gonna do some big time shit, because there's no other reason for there to be Ash versus Jordan. Like it makes no sense in my brain. Like you said, like she's one of the worst. Like, and again, she's beautiful. She's not a terrible wrestler. She's not a terrible wrestler. There's just nothing like. I need to watch this match. You know what I mean? There's never that.
Well, I got thinking with her finishing move like Swanton, why not like stick her with Jeff Hardy, even if it was like a girlfriend or whatever.
Oh, yeah, anything. Just give her something to get.
You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be more because she can.
And it would make sense. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Probably around the same age or whatever, and.
Yeah, I mean, both being former WWE, they'd work well off each other.
There was always a story like Batista tried to hit on her, I think, on social media, and she rejected him or something.
Oh.
So, I mean, it is obviously believable that she can get with Jeff Hardy, and I don't know why we're talking about this, but we are. So, what was next? Oh, Johnny Dango Curtis versus Ryan Nemeth. Now, again, I don't know. I don't know what this... I like Nemeth.
Johnny Curtis, because I've been hearing Dirty Dango for so long,
Yeah, I like Dirty Dango better, but I do like how he's acting in this whole thing, and I don't know what the hell's going on with Nemeth lost in 3 minutes here. Did get a low blow, but I don't know. I feel like he should be. I like these Nemeth guys.
Yeah, I do too. I feel, and I got thinking when I was seeing Nemeth to the ring, Johnny Dango here. I was like, damn, could you give this guy a better entrance theme too? Because it feels like it's a rip. It starts to sound like it's the Abyss theme, and then they go and stick this like, I don't know.
Yes, yeah,
Really
I can't even think of it off the top of my head, so it's
oh my
bad.
God, he has a terrible. I think he has probably the worst entrance theme in all of wrestling right now.
Maybe they know he's not going to stick around.
Yeah, it's just poorly done. I felt like I could probably sit down with a guy and find them better music, you know?
Yeah. So Eddie and Myers came out afterwards, beat down Ryan. Nick came out to make the save, even though it was a 2-on-3. Not a big fan of that, but whatever. Okay, so Nick has a qualifying match. I forget who he's facing. Whatever, we'll try and pull that up if I can. I mean, I thought they announced the TNA.
Oh, yeah, it's Rich Swann, I think.
Oh, okay. Whatever, I'll try and pull that up as we
and it was
talk about.
It was also mentioned on commentary that Tom Hannafan announced that Against All Odds this past weekend was the highest TNA Plus subscription.
Damn it.
And it sold more than Hard to Kill, No Surrender, and Under Siege all in one.
Combined.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it is new. I know people will say that, but also, F you. It's still a goddamn fact.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just, you know what I mean? Like, they just started pushing TNA Plus.
That had to have been a hard pill for, like, Scott DeMore to swallow, too, because what was it, our friend Mike Gilbert was like, they're not going to do shit.
So many people out there. They're dead without Scott. And now it's, like, even our listeners, which I love, it's like people who, like, I know, like, people were quiet. A lot of people didn't like when I was talking shit about Scott or whatever, but it was a fact. It was what it was, and now he's gone, and Jesus, he hasn't even tweeted. So whatever. I mean, it's just weird. The man's fallen off the earth, and people are talking about rumors that he's going to AEW. Yeah, okay. I mean, first of all, cool. You can't make it any worse. I mean, I talk to our friend BJ about this all the time. I think it's the worst goddamn show, the worst big show in the history of television. It's just so fucking boring. It's amazing. I don't know why it's live. They could save so much more money with it being taped because there's never any goddamn surprises. Okay, sorry about that. That was just a quick thing. Okay, next week, Nemeth versus Swan in a qualifier, and Macklin versus Callahan in a qualifier. Shit, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, next week is a hell of a card. Like, it's so unbalanced. Like, next week, and then
totally. Zia Masha, that's a much better knockouts match. And then, like you said, Ace Bay and Wentz. Ace Bay. Wait, no, sorry. ABC versus Wentz and Miguel versus Diener and Jake. I mean, that is such a better card. They should have flipped this shit around, or at least
took a couple matches and like flipped them.
Yeah, put one more. Yeah, switch to Zia match at least, or put the Macklin match on here. But whatever. Next week looks much better, and maybe they think like we can get away with this episode because it's Against All Odds and have the NXT stuff.
Yeah, that's fair because you don't want to be on the back end and having like that go home to the next taping being shitty either. So I don't know.
Like you said, keep it hot when things are hot also. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's a dilemma. Let's put it that way.
So the main event was Josh versus Eric Young. Sadly, it went exactly as I expected, with Josh winning. But I'll tell you what, there's no chance in hell he's gonna have a. They hugged it out afterwards. I believe you had a theory.
Oh, about coming out of this match with Eric Young getting C4 losing. Yeah, I was surprised that he didn't jump Josh after the match because I don't know. I just thought I could see EY snapping.
He is a world-class lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see him costing Josh at Slammiversary, and then Josh would have a match with, say, EY Bound for Glory.
Yeah. Oh, also, it's set, I think when we mentioned this, but Bailey versus Ali, that's going to be freaking awesome, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is, too, Jay. I think it's a lot. These shows are missing stuff like with Speedball Bailey. We haven't really gotten much with Seven.
I was saying
we commented
so many times. Remember how many goddamn matches of the year Bailey had last year? Like in the first 3 months of the year, he had like 5.
Yeah.
I don't think any this year. Like, just, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I'm totally good with them focusing more on entertainment. I think it's working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like, you're not going to out-wrestle fucking AEW. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, just to get the highest TNA subscription, more than 3
Yeah.
specials.
I mean, I think
do
Jeff
it
Hardy
in
has a decent amount to do with that. The Hardys and
yeah, definitely.
there was some
Well, I
bullshit
mean,
about.
what's funny is it's not in the Scott D'Amore era. So
Yeah.
out there, I have the little crow saying Scott they thought he was a savior, and
Yeah, and there's all these facts now proving exactly otherwise. We actually got ratings. We actually
and then,
I think we mentioned it, right? We got ratings. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago?
yeah, and then the thing is, a lot of people were saying, well, not just that, but like he was bringing, he was like on a string of like.
I think I just lost Gary again for a second. Somebody made a great point.
Yeah, they don't go cheap.
Sorry, I
They don't
lost
want
you
to
for
go
a
cheap
second
anymore.
there. Sorry, I lost you for a second there. But somebody made a great point where it was like at the end of the show, somebody said, right now, if Scott D'Amore was still around, he'd be in the ring making a speech like, it was all him. Remember he would do that shit like at the end of the shows, like fuck that. Like you don't
Well,
even Tony Khan doesn't do that.
Well, and then he'd I don't know if you noticed sometimes when he was in the ring too, he would get so flustered that like his voice would crackle in the ring. Like sometimes you couldn't hear some of the shit he'd say because like I don't know if it's just poor production under him or
I wonder if it just came down to they wanted to work with WWE, and it was like we won't need you anymore if we're doing that.
Yeah, they totally said.
And he's like, I want to do it my way, and he's like, well, nope, bye.
Yeah, somebody said that the current anthem. This was totally a move made by them only. Scott might have talked about it, but I don't know if he ever got around to pulling it off, and then Anthem did. So,
yeah. Also, he was banging his transvestite knockout, who he was pushing to the top. Okay, so right now the graphic is Moose versus Josh versus. See, I'm always curious. Well, I'm not always curious, but they have like 4 silhouettes. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, well,
And they all look different. Like, you think they just look different? So they look different. Well, you think those are the wrestlers in the silhouettes? Because one has weird hair like Matt Hardy, but he's not even part of this goddamn thing. So.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Like I always feel like they, I don't know, it just feels like whoever they go with it'll the image will change anyway. So when they go with whoever's
no, that makes sense.
You know what
All
I mean?
So
I just feel like it's just a graphic.
So next week we have Macklin versus Callahan. That's one more. Swan versus who is it? Hendry?
Nemeth.
Nemeth. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing Nemeth and
Yeah.
Macklin, and then we got 2 more. And
I think maybe they come next.
I feel like they announced all these matches, but I don't remember.
Be to the following week. I'm not sure.
The third? Did they tape a 3rd week of shows?
Let's see. I know coming up we got Slammiversary. I think that's on the 20th though. So I don't know if there's another.
Oh wait, they taped this weekend, don't they?
Maybe that's what it is, Jay. Maybe that has yet to be determined.
Oh
yeah, they got Philly.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's also. Okay, this is a weird match. That is a spoiler. So get out of here if you don't want to hear it. Even though I'm not going to spoil the actual ending. So at the tapings, Mike Santana defeats Mustafa Ali via DQ. And then the match is restarted and it becomes a tag match. But I feel like that would be one of them, just based on looking at.
Just Santana's kind of like not been in the mix with it.
Yeah, I mean, unless like you said, no, you're right. There's still 2 more guys. There's still another guy that we don't know yet, so it's got to be on this weekend. Is it this weekend? You sure? Did we check?
Let's see. You got
Pretty
this
sure.
this
27th. 28
so
June 28, June 29, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the one Matt Hardy. That's the one Jeff Hardy's going to.
And that would take us into the 18th of July, and then we'd have Slammiversary on the 20th, which is a Saturday night.
Nice to have Jeff at the big tapings before the show. TNA, if you're listening, you might want to update your graphic and put a giant picture of Jeff on there. Man is a draw. And
shit, you might put Axel on there too.
Yeah.
Anything to do with Hardy.
Oh, also, just wanted to mention quickly, the Wrestling Revolver had a show this weekend, and one of our favorites, Gia Miller, was involved in a match and took an insane bump or bumps. They did the thing with the chair where they wrap it around your arm, you know what I mean? And
Okay, yeah.
like break your fucking arm. And Alex Shelley did it, so it was just really crazy. Like Alex Shelley breaking friggin', Gia's arm. Like, also, where the hell they didn't go anywhere? I guess, right?
Oh, Motor City? No, I guess not.
We said that. We said they might just come back in a few months because where would they go?
I don't know. I feel like with FTR down there.
Oh, yeah. FTR doesn't even get that much focus.
Yeah, you're not gonna go over there.
They got the fucking Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, they got.
They're not even used. It's a tag team. Yeah, no, totally. And
you don't want to shit all over the legacy of Motor City. So I can honestly see why they maybe didn't decide to go down there. I mean, watch, I'll say that, and then they'll show up on the Dynamo, whatever. But as of yet, they haven't showed up.
I mean, they do seem like guys who would. I mean, didn't Shelley work for WWE or something? I feel like Saban should totally work.
Yeah,
for
he
WWE.
might have worked like backstage and like maybe NXT or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe they're saving them for something. Who knows? We're going to get more with TNA and WWE or just NXT. I do think the downside is WWE slickly put TNA on NXT's level and not WWE's. Which, listen, that's fair at this time in life with both of them. You know what I mean? Like they're getting more than 1,000 viewers or something. Like at first I didn't like it. Like they're minimizing TNA and all that. But again, Jordan didn't lose clean, and then Jordan beat an NXT girl clean. Like Joe Hendry got incredibly over. He got like these ridiculous views on everything. It's insanity. And whatever. It's just a really good time.
I mean, it's helping Slam Anniversary sell that much more too. They're like somewhere in the vicinity of like 4,000 fans showing up in Montreal.
Yeah. Buzz. It's actually a thing for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot.
Like, how do you get buzz? But I mean, of course, we didn't see WWE coming.
I mean, I know a lot of that is to our good friend PCO doing a lot of plugging up there in Montreal, but I do think a lot of it has to do with that WWE momentum with NXT, the Hardys, a whole bunch of things going on, brewing in the backstage at TNA Wrestling.
I agree with that, and guess that's about it for this week, unless you have anything else.
No, I think we pretty much nailed on everything. We covered right off from the beginning. Just a bummer for me coming out of this week's episode. Ball dropped a little bit just because like the Against All Odds was off the chain, and to come into this week, I don't know. It just was a total bummer for me, and I'm right there with Christian Thompson on the grade. I wouldn't say maybe a 6.25, but I don't know. It's probably one of my lower ones of the year.
Compared to I don't know. I kind of like the whole grading on a curve thing, and if like you're coming off an awesome show, I do think you can bash it a little more. If that's fair. So I get what you're both saying.
Yeah, it's definitely rough coming off such a good show.
But fans seem pretty happy, and numbers are good and everything else. And next week looks really good. So whatever, they can't all be great, and they got a lot going on. I mean, they got a lot going on with WWE and all that. So
just like me with horror movies, one week or one night I'll pick one that the cover looks awesome, and and then it's like total shitsville. So I don't know.
I'm on such a bad streak of movies. I might just give up. I've watched like 15 straight bad movies, and I just don't get why. I was on a pretty good run for a while at picking them, but I don't know. Maybe we watched all the good ones.
I ended up watching that one that you said from M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, The Watcher.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it was too bad, but then that ending for me was like fairies and...
Yeah, I don't even know Was it fairies at the end? I swear I don't know.
That's what it come off like. I don't know. It was a bad ending for sure. So I can see why people walked out.
Yeah, that wasn't the worst thing. I mean, I was into it for a while, and I do like that actress a lot, but
yeah,
I was kind of confused. I thought they were staring at themselves in the mirror, and I thought that's what the thing was. It was like that they looked like themselves, and it was.
But I did hear
wasn't.
I did hear some recent news about a new, a bit of a sequel that's probably very well needed. I don't know if you ever watched the first Silent Hill.
Oh no, they can say Spaceballs.
Yeah, they're making Silent Hill 3, so look for
Well, much more importantly, they're making Spaceballs 2, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, if it's in the vein of the way the new Beetlejuice looks, it's promising, but
I mean, to me, it's all about, can you get Moranis back? I heard Josh Gad is starring.
Yeah.
He can be funny, but I think he's also like a musical guy, and I don't know. I don't know if you can redo a movie like that or Airplane these days. Like, I just don't think you could do it because like the jokes were so offensive compared to not offensive compared to compared to 2024, it's offensive.
Well, and then there's been years of talk of them bringing back the Goonies too, and like I don't know, I'm kind of like, nah, just leave it as it is.
Oh no, totally, yeah. Don't you can't fuck with the Goonies. Okay, that's about it. Got my boy Robles looking to talk, so got some shit to do, and everybody have a nice week. We'll be back next time.
Catch you next.